Okay, thank you everybody so much for coming. My name is Sydney Montgomery. I'm the Director of Student and Recent Graduate Programs for the Boise State Alumni Association. And we are proud program sponsors for the Boise Young Professionals here in Boise. I'm excited to welcome Aiden and Jillian to kind of help you understand more about what BYP has to offer, how to get involved and connect and empower you to be an active member of BYP and in the Boise community. So with that, I'll kick it on over for Aiden and Jillian to introduce themselves and we'll get started.
Thank you, Sydney. We are super excited to be here today and talk with you all a little bit about Boise Young Professionals. Specifically, our mission with Boise Young Professionals is to retain and keep amazing young professionals in the Treasure Valley. And so I love the fact that we have this opportunity to get to speak with all of you and tell you a little bit about the various programs that we have and how you can best utilize those as an alumni with your free membership. So a little bit about myself. My name is Aiden. I work for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society as the Campaign Development Manager and am the Boise Young Professionals Executive Chair-elect. Jillian, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Jillian Bovard. I am a longtime Boise Young Professionals member and a Boise State grad. I work at a local tech company called Cause. We are creating a charitable giving app. And yeah, I'm gonna let Aiden kind of do most of this, but I'm also available for any questions.
Jillian is part of our outreach team, which we'll talk a little bit about later here in our slides, but that's also kind of where I started my BYP journey, was joining the outreach team. So various ways in which you can engage. One of the things I very much so love about Boise Young Professionals is the fact that you can choose to be involved as much or as little as you would like. So it really fits a lot of people's schedules and that ability for you to really scale up or down depending on what it is that you're looking for and what you're looking to get out of that experience. All right. We do have a handful of sponsors that we want to thank. Obviously, we have the Boise State Alumni Association, as well as Albertsons and Balsam Brand. So if you are part of either of these organizations, and or if you know somebody that's part of either of the other two organizations, rather, we would love to just share with them that actually gets all members associated with those organizations a free Boise Young Professionals and membership. So one of the added values of being a student and or working for Albertsons or Balsam Brands. I love that. That's just a great way. That's actually, I think, how Jillian and I first started off. We both at the same time worked for the Idaho Botanical Garden, and they were a program sponsor. And so we both got our first year membership for free. So super cool to experience and learn more about BYP in a way that then gave us those opportunities to engage a little bit later. We also have a handful of other corporate sponsors. Same deal with every single one of these organizations. If you know anybody that works for these organizations, they do get a free membership for Boise Young Professionals. I would read them all off, but there's a lot. So take a screenshot and message your friends if you know they're part of or work for any of these organizations. Just to give you a quick little overview about BYP, some fun facts and figures we always love to share. We are one of the largest organizations in the Treasure Valley for young professionals or just young individuals, period. The slide's saying we have 1,800+ members. We're closer to about 1,900 now. So we're really excited, hoping that by the end of the calendar year, we'll be just over 2,000 is our goal. So by all means, with your free membership, feel free to sign up. It's super easy. We can get you involved immediately and you can be one of those new members. We were founded in 2006 and we are a division of the Boise Metro Chamber. So we work really close with them to develop our various programs and opportunities that we have. And then that also includes the 300 various organizations that are part of the chamber in which we partner and collaborate with. We significantly put a lot of effort into building community. And so service-based projects, we total around 1,500+ hours annually. That's through a variety of service projects that we'll talk a little bit more about here later, but some really, really cool opportunities to work with local nonprofits and or to do a variety of fun service projects, everything from outdoor conservation to working with families experiencing homelessness, tons of really, really great opportunities. Then lastly, our mission, to develop and retain a talented young workforce by connecting, empowering, and engaging young professionals in our community. All three of which I think are kind of the pillars of which we have lots of great opportunities for you to be involved in what fits and makes sense for you. Some of the various benefits of being a member. I think this is one of the reasons I certainly joined, was to look at these different opportunities in which and how you can engage with BYP. For me specifically, it was the idea of access. So on that upper right-hand corner, we have a handful of programs that are super phenomenal in which we get access to local CEOs, elected officials. We'll talk a little bit later about the mayor's roundtable that we have coming up soon. A specific opportunity in which young professional members can sign up for free to meet with and have a one-on-one with the mayor to talk about a variety of issues facing young professionals. I don't know how many organizations are there that give you that access, but that was one of the reasons I certainly signed up with. A huge portion of our members focus on that idea of connections. That's your traditional networking, whether it be starting and building your own business or entering the workforce and really just kind of establishing your network. That connection is really huge, and having that network of individuals you get to meet and work with. We also talk a ton about development, both personal and professional development. Lots of opportunities to gain some of those leadership skills and or to learn new skills and techniques. Engagement, super huge for us. That's where we have all of the various service projects. Like I mentioned just not too long ago, but again, some really fun opportunities to engage in the community and do things that help show what it's like to be a good citizen. And then of course, education. We can't do what we do without educating everyone. We have a series of events we host called Lunch and Learns with a variety of topics from local experts, many of which are all just the various benefits we offer for different young professionals. So why get involved? I think with those 5 different options, I think there's plenty of reasons, but we wanted to highlight a few of them. Jillian, I know this is kind of what our team does for outreach. So do you want to talk a little bit about the connection aspect?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're part of a team that we'll get to, if you want to join us in planning any of these activities each month. But basically our goal is to kind of plan some really fun, engaging activities and events for young professionals to come together. The Be Connected events are going to be sort of your standard networking events. They usually take place at a local chamber member business, maybe like a restaurant or a bar, or we've done them all over the place. And those happen every other month. And we also try to occasionally kind of pair those with one of the one-on-ones. So the one-on-ones are kind of our introductory, obviously, to new members, but they're also available as like a refresher for any other, current members or long-term members that just want to be refreshed on what we're doing. So we try to pair those as much as we can. The Be Balanced activities are super fun because they are usually a more sort of like structured type of activity. We've done things like a Steelheads game, or I think our next one is going to be at the dog park this weekend. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yoga and wine at Sawtooth Winery is another example. We've got a rafting activity coming up this summer. So we try to make those a little bit more structured in a sense, but also a way to sort of showcase all of the amazing things that there are to do in Boise. A lot of our members are new to the area, so it's an opportunity to kind of see what's happening in the community, participate in some events, and of course meet new people and build connections with other young professionals in the community. And then, like I mentioned before, the BYP 101s are what you are participating in now. Those happen every month. We invite our new Boise Young Professional members to come learn more about the organization, learn more about all the ways they can take advantage of their membership and get the most out of their membership. But like I said, they're not just for new members. At any point, if you just want a refresher or you're not sure sort of some of the upcoming activities, people are always welcome to join. And currently we're trying to alternate between virtual sessions and in-person sessions, which are usually paired with a Be Connected. Just because of this new world we live in, it's nice to continue to offer a virtual option.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we talk a lot about empowerment of our young professionals and our graduates. So once a month we host a lunch and learn. This will always be typically like at the Chamber of Commerce in a variety of topics. We get local subject matter experts to come and talk about a variety of subjects. We've had them conversations about how to negotiate a pay raise and or, oh, sorry, one second, my dogs are barking, of course. I think she found a squirrel, so it's spring. She's excited. But the lunch and learns are every month, and there's always a fun variety of topics, some hosted at the Chamber of Commerce. The Be Wise program, that's that second bullet point, is my hands down all-time favorite program of Boise Young Professionals. This is actually right now we're in our spring term, and this is my third time going through this program. We take local CEOs and experts in their field and mentor them with, or pair them rather, with young mentors and mentees from Boise Young Professionals. So on average, it's a group of 6 to 8 individuals with a local CEO and or just someone with significant experience that we get to learn from. So yeah, this current term, I'm a mentee of City Councilwoman Lisa Sanchez, which is super amazing. And we meet, every 2 weeks as a small group to just talk about what we're experiencing at work and or in life, and kind of use each other as a soundboard to grow from. We also have a Be Schooled program. This one is typically BYP members teaching and learning from other BYP members. So specific skills that we hold within our own community, how we can elevate each other. Those happen every month to every quarter, just depending on who's hosting and what those subjects and topics might look like. Engagement. This is a really fun portion of what we do as well. Our Be Involved program is throughout the community. One I like to feature, and I know is coming up soon, is we support a specific trail in the Sawtooth Valley. And so we will do like a trail cleanup in the Stanley Sawtooths. And it'll be usually like a 2-day, 1-night, overnight trip where we'll go and we'll clean up and monitor and maintain those trails in the Stanley area. So an opportunity, one, just get out in nature, but also for us to engage deeply in the communities around us. We have our Be On Board program that's currently taking place. I believe tomorrow is the wrap-up event for that. And that's opportunities for young professionals to learn what are the skills it takes to be on the board of directors for perhaps a nonprofit or a small local organization. So identifying some of those opportunities and learning what it's like to serve as a member of the board of directors. And then come fall, we'll have our Be Voting series, where we typically have wonderful opportunities to meet candidates running for public office, whether that be this next go around will be governor candidates and lieutenant governor, as well as a small handful of city council members will be running. So it's just a great chance to be an informed voter, to hear firsthand from the candidates their stance on some of the various topics that affect us as young professionals. I think it's always important to know who you're voting for and why. So it's nice to hear from them directly what that looks like. Jill, do you want to talk a little bit about the various work teams and how people can join and be involved?
Love to. Yeah, so like I mentioned, I'm part of the outreach committee, but basically there are 4 committees that sort of plan and run BYP. So if you're interested in taking more of a leadership approach, or you just want to really deepen your relationships, I guess I would say, because you spend a lot more time with the members of your outreach or your different work teams. So it's a great way to really get to know the people that are in BYP. So those work teams are kind of the professional development work team, community engagement work team, marketing and communications, and then outreach. And I don't think there's any requirement or sort of commitment beyond your time and just sort of being engaged in the team. So if you're interested in joining a team, if you go to the website, there's a tab where you can contact the chairs of all of those committees, and then they can kind of provide you with some more information about time commitment, when meetings are, things like that, and then specifically kind of areas that you'd be working in, how you'd be helping to, run Boise Young Professionals with Maddie's help, of course.
And this is one of the things that I've always loved, is it gives you that opportunity to develop some of those leadership skills. So yeah, between the various work teams, that's where I've met so many of the people that I find now to be some of my core group of friends, and people that I've just loved to work with from various industries. That outreach team has a makeup of people from the banking industry to the nonprofit realm to education, you name it. So it's really great to have like a core group of people that you work with on a regular basis to just kind of advance that mission of BYP and each other.
Yeah, and I think, sorry, just to add on to what you're saying,
Go
Aiden,
for it. Yeah.
a lot of these groups and a lot of the programs that are offered through the chamber really are whatever you make it. So, if you're interested in sort of honing some different skills, even like those Be Wise programs, there's opportunities to sort of like take on a set of responsibilities that's maybe outside of the scope of your job. Like maybe you're in a very, banking sort of focused role in your job, but you're interested in kind of like balancing that with some marketing communication skills and joining that team. I think it's a great way to sort of maybe participate in some activities that maybe aren't part of your normal day-to-day activities, and just like develop into a more well-rounded professional as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great way to put that. This is brand new to BYP, and we've been super excited to announce our Be Social groups. One thing that we've really identified as a common concern and area of interest for our members is just that ability to connect with other individuals that are like-minded. So we started a little bit more of a casual kind of approach to this and started our Be Social groups, ideally identifying areas of interest from young professionals to form these like sort of meetup style groups. We have, I think, 4 or 5 that have currently been launched. One is, dog lovers. So specifically that group will be meeting on a regular basis. Our first meeting is this Saturday. I call it a meeting, but really it's just a social. And that would be held at a dog park. So it's like, bring your furry friends and, you can hang out, meet some other young professionals, as well as there's a handful of other fun, really great groups. There's a foodie group that's out there. Here they are, exactly. The vineyard visitors, outdoor overachievers. So people that are interested in mountain biking and hiking, all that sort of fun stuff. A foodie group, music lovers, group of people that I know first started around Tree Fort, so they went to a handful of shows together, but just other ways to be involved with something that you are specifically interested in. So you can kind of bypass all the other programs if you're not interested. And if it's you just want to meet people that have similar interests, here's a great way to do that. So super easy to be involved with those. Again, open to all and free for all BYP members. And typically they'll host anywhere from an event once a month to once a quarter, just depending on what works best for that group. Hitting the wrong buttons here. This is what it looks like, that next up and coming calendar for some of those. So the Vineyard Visitors has a couple of dates that are coming up soon. It looks like some here in Boise, some out even in the Morrison Caldwell area. I've been to all 3 of these wineries and enjoy each of them. That's cool. The Foodie Finders, some upcoming events. And I guess there's more to come on those other events as those get kind of built out. So when it comes to membership, you are all in a really awesome and unique spot. Typically that individual membership would cost $75 per person for that full year. And it's day you sign up to the day of. So if you were to sign up May 1st, that would continue up until May 1st of 2023 would be your membership. It's not based off like the calendar year. And then of course we have a student and or military discount, and then you can add on a spouse or significant other for that half off rate. However, because BSU is a corporate sponsor, that membership is free to all to all BSU students. So you can literally go to that boiseyp.org/membership and sign up right now free of charge. Super simple. It takes maybe 5 minutes. You enter your data. There'll be a drop down option for, are you signing up for an individual or whatnot? You would go to corporate sponsor and it'll have BSU listed. And that's for all BSU students and or alumni students, or the Alumni Association rather. So no reason not to join, right? We'll make it super easy on you. In general, we have a handful of upcoming events we just wanted to make you aware of, and we'd love to have you join us. First and foremost, this coming Saturday is that dog park social at Ann Morrison. I myself would be there with my 2 dogs, a Husky and a Dalmatian, and I love to get them tuckered out and tired from running around. So I'm super excited for that. I did mention that Mayor's Roundtable conversation that will be coming up April 22nd. So on Friday, it looks like. I think the topic about this one is specifically is about housing. So what the housing market looks like in Boise and or how you can be involved. I know a partial focus on that will also be individuals experiencing homelessness and our responsibility in this community to support and what that looks like. Some other events up in May, we have Navigating the Great Resignation and what that looks like. We do have a Be Connected, so one of those no purposeful agendas, just meet and kind of get to know people at the Green Acres food truck. That's over right off of 13th Street. Super excited for that. That's a new area that I want to check out. Who doesn't love a food truck? Come on. And then, of course, a couple more events in June. We have a headshot event. I actually have also signed up for this because it's time to update and get a new headshot. But great for you to have for your resume. It's $50 and you get multiple shots as well as like a mimosa. So kind of a fun event that we typically do once or twice a year. And then again, the 23rd through the 26th, we have that Be Involved Sawtooth Trail Cleanup program in Stanley. So handful of really cool events that are up and coming. That's kind of it for us on the formal side. I don't know if Sydney, if you have any questions or if there's anything else you would like to share, Jill. For me, I think the last takeaway I would have is why not be involved? You all have a free membership sign up. If all else fails, just to learn about the upcoming events and all the cool opportunities that we have, and then use that as an ability to kind of decide what areas of interest you have and how involved you'd like to be. We'd certainly like to have you, especially with our goal of, retaining talented youth and alumni such as yourself. I know firsthand, having moved away from Boise for 7 years, the amazing opportunities that Boise has to offer and the rate in which we're growing. I find it to be a town and a city that I absolutely love and adore. And so you kind of have those opportunities to explore and learn more about what we have to offer.
I don't have much to add other than, I graduated from Boise State and definitely thought I would leave Boise, but as I kind of joined the professional community and just my experiences and the support I've had and the mentorship that I've had and the opportunities I've had, I've just grown to love Boise more and more. And I think Boise Young Professionals has played a huge role in that. And just, some of the other programs I've done through the chamber and just through other programs in Boise, I think that there's a really unique sort of community of professionals here, and it's really fun to be a part of.
I would just add too, when I graduated from Boise State in 2016, I moved away to Seattle for a couple of years and actually worked for the university. And it was unique being able to still be a part of the Boise State community, but living remotely in Seattle. And I couldn't wait to get back to Boise to just come be a part of kind of a growing young professionals group, and having BYP was such a beneficial piece of that for me, with just the growth of Boise and also just meeting friends and folks to socialize with as you kind of make that next move. For our bold alumni specifically, which is our Broncos of the last decade, BYP is exactly what these students and you all should be looking for. So we're just excited and proud to be a program sponsor, and we will continue to push out all the events that BYP is having to encourage our alumni to attend and be a part of BYP. So thank you both so much for sharing this information and getting this good information to some of our more recent graduates or students who are getting ready to graduate. And again, just thank you so much. And if you have any questions for me, you can email me at sydneymontgomery@boisestate.edu, or you can always reach out to the BYP folks. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure having us.